Hello. Today is 23 of this experiment because I think today is 24th of August. But yeah, today I'm not feeling resistance towards this challenge, to be honest. Maybe the post-processing would be like when I'm uploading it and writing, you know, a little caption of some, words in the video on YouTube. It takes some time because it needs to load. But it would be a bit, something that I'm not looking forward to this evening probably as part of the challenge. But today I wasn't like resisting chatting with you like here in the camera. So maybe, I don't know, yesterday I needed to recharge, as I was saying, and the full consistency is not my thing, but sometimes it flows, and when it flows, it flows. And I'm thinking of different things today, to be honest. I've been, around all day thinking about like feeling, feeling in alignment with, which is like something that people really misunderstand, and feeling in alignment with, a future that you wanna have, or how you achieve this future. But it's not about achieving, because we are not really looking for a certain thing. I don't know if you have ever thought about this, because looking for a specific X thing, or certain thing, whatever it is, like a house, a job, a relationship, whatever it is, like you are not actually missing, not even missing, I'm not missing anything, to be honest. I'm quite happy in the present, but it's like you're not actually desiring the thing. You are desiring the the energy, emotional state, the feelings that this thing will bring to your life. Like how it's not that much about how you look, although you think like it's about appearances, and people pretend, and they buy the better car or the nicest clothes, but it's how the association goes. You buy the better car, and you feel that this car, you associate this car with, I don't know, maybe pride, or maybe that you are successful, or things like that. So these associations in the mind will create or develop feelings and develop emotions and beliefs within yourself that you're successful, and then you're gonna feel better about yourself. So you are actually like chasing these things. You're not actually chasing the thing, but you are chasing the feelings that they will give you based on the beliefs that you have, or associations that you have in your mind. So I was just thinking, in the present moment, feeling quite anchored and feeling at peace, and with this, for me, this is happiness, because happiness for me is not that, discrete moment when we accomplish something, because this will vanish. I will call that like a moment of joy, or a moment of, pleasure, maybe when you kiss someone that you really, really love. But it's just, happiness for me is like this, comes from within, because I feel like this happiness is like you can sustain this baseline feeling of happiness, whether you are feeling like ups and downs. I mean, I can be happy. It's not probably the mainstream happiness concept, but I can feel happy and sad at the same time, because I can feel sad, but I can feel that I am where I want to be when I'm feeling sad. So this moment, this anchor in the present, this feeling of like maybe serenity, inner peace, like alignment, this is the happiness for me. Because right now I'm talking to you, I'm in flow state. I couldn't feel any better, I don't think so. I mean, because the adrenaline rush, or the dopamine hit, whatever it is just, it lasts to, some minutes, some seconds, or whatever, or some hours, well, some hours not even, but like right now, this calm, this groundedness, this anchor, this peace of mind, serenity, for me this is the happiness I'm talking about in my post, or I'm talking about when I'm talking about that our baseline is being happy if we are like just aligned to our true selves. But what is this true self that everyone is saying? It's another misconception. It's not like this is how I am, whatever. No, is actually connecting internally with your inner compass, and actually being really present with whatever is going on in your emotions. Because I don't consider this happiness an emotion, this happiness is like a state kind of thing that is not like, it's like this peace of mind for me. So it could be elongated, or it could be could be much more stabilized, if you live in the present, if you practice mindfulness, if you are very, oh my god, Abby, okay, it's going. Okay. Yes, if you practice mindfulness, if you are being in the present with all the emotions that you may have, maybe one day you are overwhelmed, one day you are angry, but you don't identify with these emotions, you are like the observer, you are in awareness. When you are in consciousness or awareness, like, I'm not saying I'm perfect, I am 24/7 here, but I'm quite embodied, it's not just intellectualizing these things, I'm quite embodied in what I'm saying to you in the camera. I live this way. So as I lead my life this way, and I am embodied in my presence, I am present with life, whichever activity I'm doing, whichever emotion I happen to have, I happen to feel, and I don't get attached to these things. Yeah, this is this random. I do feel this sense of happiness throughout my whole day. This happiness, but this is not like the happiness people would say, like, oh, a peak of happiness. No, this is not, because I'm not feeling like fireworks. This is not the feeling of happiness I'm referring to. I would call that more like a moment of joy, or pleasure, as I said. But this happiness in, like, capital letters for me is when you are at peace, when you are aligned with, your why, when like you live in intention, you have devotion, you have intention. So, okay, you may be sad a couple of days, but this sadness is where you want to be. I mean, not too much identifying with the sadness, because it could become like a vicious cycle, but you are seeing your tears, you are feeling nostalgia or whatever, and you think it's right, is this moment of realization that whatever you are feeling is aligned to whatever you are thinking and whatever you are saying, whatever you are doing. So this alignment, it was what brings me, like, this happiness with my life, this contentment, other people would say, but okayness. But yeah, for me this neutral state is actually the happiest state. I don't need, well, I need from time to time, I can't be like zen all the time, I need some, higher states, maybe like pleasure, very joy one day. But my baseline being this neutral state, it's just amazing. I just love it here. I mean, I'm not rushing to get like these hits, I will have one day very high, maybe one day lower, but my baseline is already great, it's already okay. So I think nurturing this no matter what you have, because it's not about the things. Actually, I am present right now. Oh my god, it's coming here. Okay. I hope it leaves. Yeah, it left. So yeah, as I was saying, it's not about the things you have, because I don't feel any happier, like in the scale of happiness, to where I had less things, or I had accomplished less things. I can feel proud for some moments, I can feel like accomplished for some time when I accomplish things. I'm repeating the words, but you know what I mean. But as a baseline, I don't feel any happier. It is because you get used to the things you accomplish. These feelings are fleeting, but your baseline is pretty much the same all life. Your baseline, so if you cannot sustain more joy, you are not gonna get more joy, or if you are living in a lot of negative emotions, even though you accomplish something great, this accomplishment would vanish very, very quickly, and you will come back to your normal or to your baseline. So the key here is to raise your baseline, to actually raise your baseline. But it's not like about, bypassing negative emotions or anything. It's just becoming like more the observer, more like the awareness around all these ups and downs. And then as you healthy detach from the ups and downs, you become like, more neutral, and you can observe all of it. And that instantaneously, and as a byproduct, it raised your whole vibrational state, So it's not about bypassing or not feeling the negatives. It's actually just becoming the observer, becoming the awareness, so you can feel everything but not getting involved in those feelings. So you, as a byproduct, your baseline is already very abundant. It's already not chasing for high highs, but you will have high highs, but you will know how to integrate those high highs and some lows, because you are not defined by them at the same time. So I think I was quite in flow today. I think I'm gonna leave it here, but it was a good topic. I don't know how I will title this video, because I think this is a great one, but in different aspects. It's about vibration, it's about detachment, it's about mindfulness, it's about manifestation in a sense, because when people say raise your vibration, doesn't mean that you then don't go into the low vibrations. I mean, you are already very high vibration, but this high vibration doesn't mean that you don't feel the negative emotions. It's just that you are more the observer. You cannot be, higher vibrational by bypassing the negatives. It's more about the observer is what people call high vibration. No, I'm not sure how different people call these things. There may be people that there are people that they are spiritually bypassing things, but that's not my case, and I know that because I'm just, oh my god, look what is going on here. Because I'm very, very embodied, so I know I'm not bypassing anything. I feel everything, I feel the ups and downs, but I don't identify with them. So this awareness or consciousness state is the high, what people call high, well, what I would call high, but it's not high, it's just, it's high vibrational, but it doesn't mean you only feel the positives. I don't know if anyone gets what I'm coming from, but high vibration means you live in the present, in a sense, at least for me, and you feel everything, but you don't get identified with what you feel. And this is the highest and most connected to life, and connected to everything around you that you can be. So some food for thought. Let's see what we talk about tomorrow, but this was quite deep. So see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.